Hey, y'all. I wasn't quite ready, but here I am, right? Ooh, don't forget to make it happen for yourself. Make it happen for yourself. Let me tell y'all something. It's going on around through this here household, right? So remember I told y'all about my car, right? Well, there was another something going on with it yesterday, so I took it back to the shop. And because the antifreeze was just running through, right? Not on the same side. That hose was fixed. Now, it's the water pump. So they just told it. I don't know what the verdict is. Don't know how much it's going to cost. I don't know nothing, right? Got to get it fixed because I got to get to work. Now, I may not be at work until next week. Because I don't know how long this is going to take and what it's going to do. Waiting on the guy to call me with the verdict now. So I thought I'd talk to you guys, ease my mind, because y'all know what? Y'all my therapy, right? So, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. All of my social media stuff is down in the description box. I don't know if y'all guys can see me or not, but anyway, I ain't gonna fool with it. I ain't gonna mess up. But anyway, what else I need to say? I don't know what else I need to say, child. I'm so confused right now. Anyway, I know what I'm talking about. I've got a dating story to tell you guys, right? Actually, I have two stories. I'm going to upload one later on. I have a dating story. So you guys know, Jack Squad, that I went on a date last Friday, right? Ain't had time to talk about it, but I'm talking about it today. So, I need y'all to stay with me, right? So, the gentleman I went out with is from Barbados, so he has a little bit of an accent, right? But it's not hard to understand. And so, he's on his way. He comes to get me. When he gets here, he says, can I use the bathroom? Now, that was just so you could come into the house, see how I live. I get it. You want to make sure I ain't messy mama or, stanky Yankee, right? So, okay, come on in. I don't care. I don't have nothing to hide. This is my palace. Come on through, right? Because if I don't want you here, you will never be back here again. So, come on. So, he come in. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. I don't care what nobody say. It's all about the visual. I am attracted to the visual. Before I'm attracted to your mind, your spirit, your heart, all that stuff. I'm attracted to your physical, right? So now he was a little shorter than me. That was fine. He's a little shorter. We talked about the shortness. He didn't bother him. I say it don't bother me, but I think it does, right? Because I'm tall. You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'9". So I need you to at least be 6 feet for real, because I wear heels. So, I take you 5'11", 5'12", 5'10" maybe. But he's, I just don't really like short guys, right? Makes me look stupid. So anyway, now, in case you guys didn't know, sometimes people from other countries dress a little funny. They dress a little funny. They don't be all the way coordinated. Fabrics don't go together. Patterns and stuff don't go together. Colors might not match up. But okay. So he comes and he got on some jeans that was a little too tight for my liking, and a short sleeve stripy like t-shirt. That would have been okay, but he topped it off with a vest. You don't wear a vest with the short sleeves. Me personally, I don't even like guys wear vests unless he got on a winter puff vest or a down vest with some Timbs on it, that kind of vest. Just a vest. I don't like dudes who wear vests. I already know that's not gonna be my type of guy. If he wears a vest, I'm not gonna like him. I don't like dudes with vests, right? So, especially vests with the shorts. I don't like that look. I don't like that look. That means I got muscles. Look at me. I don't like that type of dude, right? So, okay, come on in, use the bathroom, right? So he comes in. I have two bathrooms, but I have one in my bedroom. I let him come and use the bathroom in my bedroom, right? And now he didn't close the door, which I wasn't looking at. I don't care. You can't see nothing no way, but I thought that was a little, but okay. Then when he finishes, he said, "You got some tissue." I said, "Tissue?" He peed on my toilet. That's violation 1, red flag 1. He peed on my toilet. I said, "You couldn't lift the seat up?" He said, "Oh, I had to go real bad." Now, remember that statement, y'all. Remember that, because it's going to come into effect later on in the story about him peeing on my toilet, okay? So we proceed. Now, he lives about 30 minutes away from me. Everything in Atlanta is 30, 40 minutes away, but we went far. So we were by his house, right? Now, we done passed 17,000 bowling alleys, but okay, you the man, lead. I don't care. You driving. Now, let me set this up for y'all. It's dark and it's raining. You know, down here, like I told y'all before, there's no street lights on the highways. It bugs. I don't know how they driving, right? So I don't particularly like to drive at night on the highway. I'll drive in the city, which I don't like, but I will, right? That's another reason why I don't go out that much, because I don't, that nighttime, it's so dark down here. It's so dark, right? So, and it was dark like that in Charlotte, but I didn't go anywhere. It was pandemic. I wouldn't go anywhere at night. Plus, everything closed up at 9, 10 o'clock. So, but anyway, I was riding with him, and I have a lot of anxiety about highway driving in the rain. Then you couple it with the dark, you triple it with the darkness. It really freaks me out, y'all. I'm talking about, like, I probably need some medicine for it. It weirds me all the way out. And I can get really, really crazy in my head. And I have done it with people. My kids know me. My family know that I don't like it. And they be like, calm down. You're going to make me have an accident. But it just makes me crazy. I can't explain. It just makes me crazy, right? So I'm riding with him, and I'm keeping my composure. Even though we're going further than I thought we was going to go, I'm talking. So I'm steadily talking so I can not focus on the darkness. And I even told him, I mentioned it. And he said, well, when we get on 85 or whatever we was on 285, it was dark. He said, we get on 85, it's a little light. Okay, cool. So that calmed me down for a minute, right? So now we arrive at the bowling alley. It's cool. Now, mind you, he was a perfect gentleman. He opened the car doors. He was a perfect gentleman. Perfect gentleman. I have to say that, right? So we go bowling, and he paid for 3 games, get us a basket of wings and fries and all that stuff you do at the bowling thing, right? Now then, when we get there, they give us the shoes. The shoes did look dirty. I had already said I wasn't going bowling until I bought my own shoes, but I went, you know, it was the date I went. I put my shoes on. He didn't put his shoes on. He kept his tennis shoes on. He was like, I'm not putting them on. What I didn't know at the time, but I know now, is that he's really OCD and a neat freak. Remember that. It's going to come into effect later on in the story. So we bowl, and we have fun. Now, while I'm looking at him with the little jeans on and the little shirt, right? He was dressed like, you know how you dress your kid up for school. You know, he looked like he had on Geronimos or something. Y'all remember them? I just couldn't get past the outfit, right? And I'm vain and I'm petty. I could not get past the outfit. In order for me to be attracted to a man, he has to have some manly feet. Now, he was a very nice looking guy. He was cute. He looked like he just as cute as he could be. He looked like that. Like you want to pinch his jaws. He was cute like that. I like rugged. You can be ugly. I just like rugged men, right? It wasn't my, listen, y'all, on paper, he had a very good job. He had a very nice house, apartment, and a nice car. And it was clean, and, you know, but I'll get into that later. But I wasn't attracted to him like that. But you know, fun on the date. And, you know, sometimes you can get to like somebody in that way, right? So we had fun. So now it's time to go. All right. So, and mind you, before we eat, now I'm telling you all these things because I want y'all to think about this with me at the end. So before we eat, you know, I went and washed my hands. We washed our hands, but he said, hold on. He went to his car and got his hand sanitizer. So you really, really clean. You clean, right? So anyway, we leave. And then as we leave, and he said, you want to go by my house, which I knew that's what he wanted to do once I realized he lived near there. So we going by your house. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I want to see how you live anyway. I already know what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. So we go to his apartment. He lived in some modern apartments. You know, the apartments that have like breezeways in them, right? So he lived on the 3rd floor. So we after working bowling, and then we got to walk up 3 flights of steps, right? He was very athletic too. He ride bikes, he swim, he played soccer. What else did he do? He might have did something else or something, right? I said, well, I need to run up the steps. You know, if I'm going up steps, I like to run up them, right? To get up. He wouldn't move so I can run up the steps. Okay. So anyway, we go in. His house was very clean. Very clean. Because the air floor was immaculate in there, right? Now, he was washing clothes. He had washed the clothes. He had clothes in the dryer. He was folding his clothes and hanging them on the hanger. He was very so much neat, right? Now, I said all that to say, with your neat ass, why did you come to my house and pee on my toilet? You disrespected me from the gate. See, it's these little things, y'all, you have to pay attention to. And I don't want to be picky. I don't want to be petty, but I am petty. But I'm not really picky, but it's the little things, right? You are neat as could be. I'm talking about every room. I didn't go in his bedroom. I don't know what that looked like, but he had a sunroom, living room, dining room, kitchen. His kitchen had all the modern appliances. His bathroom was clean. Bathroom, I was looking around in the bathroom like, where is your stuff? I guess it's in his room. You know, your lotion, your deodorant, your shaving. You know, where is your stuff at? I always be amazed when I go to people's bathroom and I don't see their stuff. Like, my bathroom is full of my stuff. As a matter of fact, I got a shelf that I bought, a rack, full of my stuff, right? And my kids always tease me like, oh, I see, when I go to my kids' house and stay, they be like, oh, I see you didn't jackify the room. Yes, I need all of my stuff, right? So anyway, I sat on the love seat. He sat on the big couch. We talked, and he was telling me, like I told you, he's from Barbados, and he'd been here 14 years, and I was asking him, you know, what's the procedure? And did you have to take the citizen's test? And, you know, we were just having good conversation about how he got here and he helped other people and blah, blah, so forth, so on. Now, his supervisors or the owner of the company he works for, the husband had died. So he was going to that funeral the next day in Birmingham. You know, Birmingham is only 2 hours away, so it's not far, guys. So he was going to Birmingham for the funeral, and when his co-workers was coming to his house, they was going to ride together. So I knew that he was leaving at 10 o'clock in the morning. So we sat and sat and sat and sat. Now, mind you, I don't say I want to go home because at this point, I know that I'm going to be a wreck on the way home. It was raining hard. It's dark, going fast. You know, and I don't want to act, because I have done that with guys, act crazy, you know, people don't understand me. It's a real fear and a real anxiety, right? And so I said, he said, I'll take you home. You want to go? I said, no, it's cool. You know, he had 2 bedrooms in a very nice guest room and didn't have a TV, but okay. It was clean, you know, and all that. So I said, it's okay. You can just take me in the morning, right? So we talked a little bit more, and I said, I'll spend the night, but I'm not sleeping in your bed. I said that. Just get this, clear the lines, get everything defined, right? You know, I felt totally safe with him. Wasn't no big deal. And so he said, okay. Now, he made a face, but he said, okay. So I proceeded to go in the room because I'm tired now. It's midnight, 11, 12. We didn't talk for an hour, so I'm tired. I'm going to lay down, right? So I go lay down and go right to sleep, surprisingly, which is difficult for me. So I went to sleep. So the next morning, he's banging and booming and bamming like he was moving. Like that. All he had to do was knock on the door because I'm a light sleeper, right? Say, get up, time to go. That's all really he had to do, right? So I get up, and, you know, I'm ready to go home. And he said, let me drink my coffee and I'll take you home. Fine. So we did a little chitter chatter, but you know, it's morning time. Nobody really want to talk all like that. I don't know about him, but I wouldn't. I'm ready to go home and get in my bed. I don't care where I go. I don't care if I can be at the castle. I don't care I don't care where I'm at. I like to be home, and I really like to sleep in my own bed. And so, we proceed to go home. We get in the car. We do a little chitter chatter, and then when he get to my house, you know, I get out the car and say goodbye. Right now, if we had that kind of connection, I might have gave him a hug or a little kiss or something. But that wasn't there, and I wasn't getting ready to fake. I'm too old to be faking it, y'all. You know, he was cool, and I would have went out with him again. I would, you know, was willing to go out with him again. You know, he was cool, right? Just that wasn't what I was on, right? So, you know, and he was never fresh. He never came on to me. He never tried to touch me. He never tried to do anything. He was a complete gentleman, right? So when I get in the house, I thought about it. I said, maybe he wanted to hug or something. But it was raining. It was in the car. You know, I get out and go home, right? I don't even think I turned around and waved or nothing. I just going on in the house, right? I'm ready to lay down. So I texted him maybe 30, 40 minutes later when I got myself situated, got in the bed, and said, I had a good time. Hope we could do it again. Something nice. You know, I'm a lady. I'm being courteous, right? He didn't respond. Don't think nothing of it. I said, okay, he's getting ready for the funeral because I know he had to get back home and then get dressed for his friend. They didn't have much time, maybe an hour or so, right? So I don't sweat it. Now, mind you, he was to come back and look at my car. He was supposed to give me the mechanic's name because, see, my car had stopped that day before. It got hot, right? But I had already made up in my mind I was going to go down the street to the mechanic and let them, I knew it was a hose, and let them fix that. That was the first mess up with the car. So I wasn't really sweating that. So I let hours go by because I know the funeral started at 12. Then they would have to drive back. He already said he wasn't going to the graveside. He was going to go to the funeral and come back home. So I about 4 o'clock, and I haven't heard from him, right? Now, normally we text every day, all day, but he at work, I'm at work. Text when we can, all that kind of stuff, right? I text him and say, are you still with the funeral people? Are you still at the funeral situation? He said, no. Real simple, no. I felt the no, y'all. I felt the no, right? I think it was like, hell no, right? So I don't text back. I don't call. I said, I'm going to see what he does, right? He did nothing. Now, it's been almost a week. I didn't hear from him. I haven't called him because once I text you twice, I don't chase no man, right? Especially when I don't like, I put my track shoes on, maybe if you're Denzel. What I tell y'all, Denzel, Idris, Method Man, all them combined up. But anyway, he has not called me. So I said to myself, we had fun. He smiled. How could you fake all that like that? I think he thought that the whole purpose for me bowling by his house. See, he had a plan. I didn't follow the plan. But had he told me what the plan was, I could have saved him and alleviated that feeling. I could have said, we can bowl right around here. You go home and I'll call you tomorrow, right? He had formulated a plan. See, it's always hard to date someone who thinks they're the smartest person in the room, right? So he thought he would get me over there. And see, I don't drink. And he had forgot that I didn't drink. Because when we got to the bowling alley, he was like, what you want to drink? I said, water. He's like, no, what you want to drink? I said, water. I'm not thinking liquor and alcohol. I forgot people even do that at the bowling alley, right? So therefore, the plot was foiled from the beginning, right? Because I think he wanted to get me to drink it, take me to his house, and possibly take advantage of me. I don't know if take advantage or thought I would just give in. I don't know what he thought, right? So anyway, once he said, you want to buy a ride by my house, I thought, I said, he's been a gentleman. I'll go over there. No big deal. Because I will hurt you, little man, right? So we, he was a gentleman to me. He never touched me inappropriately, never said anything inappropriate. We bowled. We was very competitive. It was fun, right? And child, that Negro ain't called me. I think he thought that once he said come to my house, that it was a go. It was a go. And I was going to spend the night and get into his bed. Now, what I don't understand, and I understand men are different, but there's got to be some kind of feeling. I got to at least like you, right? It's got to be something, right? And I'm not desperate. Listen, I think a lot of guys think that women are desperate because they're single. I am not desperate, right? Guys shoot they shot at me all the time. I don't like them. So, and I gave you a chance, and I let you to my house. You the second person. You and Fart Boy, right? So, he didn't call. And I did not, I think that he's probably used to women chasing them. And I noticed that about a lot of men. They want women to chase them. I can't do that. I don't even know how to do that. It doesn't even feel right, right? If you pay me attention, I'll reciprocate. I'm not going to be the initiator of anything, right? So he didn't call. I had a good time. I had a great time, right? And I think he was upset that his plan did not go the way he thought it was going to go. But had we talked about a a lot of stuff. Had we said, listen, Jackie, I want sex. I don't know what you're supposed to say. But had he said that, I'd have gave him a response. We'd have had a conversation, right? But he didn't say that. He just assumed that I wanted to lay down with his little ass, right? And that was a negative. And so this is the reason y'all done heard me tell my dating stories. This is the reason. It's not that I don't try. I give folks tries that I don't even need to be trying, because he wasn't my type, but he was so nice. You know what I'm saying? He was nice from meeting him. He was always nice. He never said anything that would make me go, he was always all right. And like I said, on paper, he was 100 on paper. Y'all know he called me when I was doing my live. Couldn't wait to talk to him. He was, he was a smart guy. He was one of the smartest he thought he was, right? So that's how that went. We went. I had fun. He had some expectations that I did not fulfill, and he never called me again. Now, let's say that I did go and get in bed with him and all that. He had no plans on calling me no way. See what I'm saying, ladies? Like, listen, I've never felt under pressure. But with him, he didn't even say anything sexual, do anything sexual. So how did you thought I was just going, that was going to go, right? And so that's how that went, y'all. And he had told me, he said, I was cute. I had on some jeans and I had on some over-the-knee boots and my little poncho. He told me that, and I've noticed about black men from other countries, they're a little bit controlling. And he said, next time we go, you don't have to wear your boots. You can wear some tennis shoes. I wear what I want to wear. I'm going to take them off when I get to the bowling alley. I didn't get that part. So he wanted me to fashion down or dumb down, and it just didn't happen, and that's okay. I ain't mad. I think it's funny. I told a guy, there's another guy that likes me, an African guy, and he's that's a whole nother story. I'll say that for later. But I told him, I said, listen, you're very entertaining. You know why? Because I tell my story about you. I haven't told the story about him yet. I'll tell my story about you on my YouTube channel. He didn't know I had a YouTube channel. Very entertaining. You give me content for my YouTube channel. That's what I told him the other day. So that's my date story, y'all. I had a good time. Sorry he didn't. And I guess he wanted a happy ending, right? I don't listen. I try to be nice because I'm on my YouTube channel. I try to be nice, right? But so I won't say a lot of things that I want to say. But yeah, no, that wasn't, And then, I didn't feel, we was bowling, having fun, but every time he walked up to go bowl, he just reminded me of somebody in the 8th grade. Like, I kept looking at his little legs, right? And them tight jeans. And then he took the vest off, like he was getting ready to really get down, even though he won all the games. I hadn't bowled in a long time, since pre-pandemic. But, I don't care nothing about that. I just wanted to have fun, right? And I did. And I thanked him, right? But I kept looking at him, and it just wasn't adding up for me. It wasn't adding up. Like I told y'all, I'm on my little dating journey. I generally don't have to say anything to somebody who I'm not interested in, because God will just remove them. And I never get mad, because if see, this is what I've learned. I wish I knew this years ago. When God removes them, don't go get them. Leave them over there. Leave them over there, right? Because that's when your problems start. If you can think back to all the relationships where you had the opportunity to not be with them, and you went back with them or proceeded with them when you had already saw the red flags, and tell me how that ended up. So now, as a good and grown woman, when it don't go right, it don't go right. I don't force a thing. Not a thing, okay? So anyway, y'all, that's my dating story. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your girl's still single, right? And I'm cool. I'm cool with it now, like my car down now, I had to go through the changes of getting it towed, call my mechanic, get them towed, and this and that and that and that. And then we got to figure out where the money gonna come from to fix it. But I'm cool, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I'm cool. I don't force nothing, right? So anyway, y'all. Hey, and if you ain't went to my TikTok, get black ladies, there's the Black Girl Follow Train. I need y'all to get over there on it, okay? All right, y'all. So everybody be cool. And I think when I come back, I'm going to tell y'all a remarkable story. Something I found out yesterday. Remarkable story, okay? All right, y'all. Everybody be cool.